Welcome to Around the House, sponsored by Romac Building Supply. I'm your host, Don Magruder. If you like today's show, go to aroundthehouse.tv where you can sign up for our YouTube channel and our weekly newsletter. In this segment of Around the House, Jim Reynolds from Full Circle Home Inspectors is joining me to discuss why you should always get a home inspection before you buy. It's probably one of the most important things you do before you sign that contract. So with that, I'd like to introduce Jim Reynolds. He's the owner of Full Circle Home Inspectors. Good afternoon, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic, Don. Thank you so much for having me. I'm very glad to be here.
We're glad to have you here because home inspections is a big deal these days.
Yes, sir.
But first, take a few minutes and tell us about Jim Reynolds and Full Circle Home Inspectors.
Sure, absolutely. We moved down, my family and I moved down in 2015. We were in Cincinnati for about 25 years prior to moving down in 2015. Very happy that 4 out of the 5 children followed us, so we're glad for that. Most of the time in Cincinnati for about 15 years, I was a remodeling contractor. That's where I get a lot of my knowledge and experience from towards the home inspections. Linda and I met about 8 years ago. We've been married about 6 years.
Good.
So we're happy to be in Florida.
Now, Jim, not just anyone can be a home inspector. First off, you alluded that you have to have really a background in this industry with hands-on experience is great, but you also have to have training and certifications. Describe the training and certification that you have to be with Full Circle Home Inspectors.
Well, as you probably know, most of the professions in Florida are very regulated through the DBPR. So most contractors need certification or licensing. For home inspection, it's a 120-hour course that you have to go through. You have to pass a test at the end, and then you have to take a state test. Having said that, like you said, experience and background is fantastic. So it's nice
if you're going to do home inspections.
If you're going to do home inspections, that you have a background in the industry. Yeah, is what I'm
Well, let me
for.
ask you the $1,000,000 question. Why should someone hire a home inspector?
Well, quite frankly, it's the largest purchase that most people are going to make. You know, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 home, maybe even more. You want to make sure that you're protecting your investment and that you know exactly the condition of the home and its components before you.
One thing I also find out, I think a lot of homeowners, and just ask you if you've ever seen this, a lot of homeowners, they'll walk a home and they'll see imperfections in the home. But it's very difficult to talk to that realtor and say, hey, you know, I see that faucet's dripping or I see that's happening. And that's a hard discussion for most people to have. You as a home inspector, you make that discussion real easy, don't you?
I sure try. I mean, I don't have an emotional investment in the home. Buyers are excited about a lot of things that are going on and not necessarily, you know, looking for certain things that I would look at.
What type of home inspections do you perform?
Mostly residential. I don't do commercial inspections. And along with the residential in Florida, sometimes the insurance agents or the insurance companies will require a couple different reports, like a wind mitigation or a 4-point inspection that I can do also.
Okay. Well, let's sort of talk about some of these things. First off, in general, and I know every project's different, what should be a general cost range for a home inspection? And I guess who pays for the home inspection? So if you have 2 parties, someone buying a home, who pays for the home inspection, and generally how much do they cost?
Sure, absolutely. At least in my experience, 99.9% of the time, the buyer of the home is going to pay for the home inspection.
Okay.
You could call 10 different home inspectors and get 10 different prices, quite frankly. So there's quite a range. You could get quotes anywhere from $200 to $700.
And I'm assuming what changes the difference is the degree of reporting and the expertise. Is that true?
Not necessarily. That's why I think people should research, you know, their potential home inspector and find out what they're going to do and what exactly they're charging for.
Okay. So if you're buying a home, you're going to request a home inspection. Who owns that inspection?
Well, it belongs to whoever pays for it, technically, you know, the home buyer usually. So it belongs to them and it belongs to me.
Okay.
I personally would never do anything with that report without permission of who paid for it.
Okay. You mentioned earlier wind mitigation inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Describe the 4-point and the wind mitigation inspections and why those things are important.
Well, a lot of people don't understand what a wind mitigation report is. By definition, mitigation is to lessen the severity of. So it can be required by the insurance company based on the age of the home. It concerns the roof.
Yeah.
Because of the hurricanes and everything that we have down here. So if your home was built after 2001, built prior to 2001, there's a very good chance that the insurance company is going to require the wind mitigation report. It's a standard form. I answer specific questions to the form about the house, the shape of the roof, the material for the shingles, whether it's metal, asphalt, that sort of thing. Then I have to get into the attic, and that's where we're measuring on the trusses, how far apart the nails are,
okay,
and what size those nails are. And then we got to get over to the eave, and we have to see how the trusses are attached to the wall.
So it's a very detailed report.
It is. It doesn't take long, but it's very detailed, and it basically should be called a discount report. Most of the time, it'll give the homeowner discounts based on certain criteria.
All right, let's talk about the process because I think that's real important. For example, if someone wanted to do a home inspection, say that they're looking to buy a home here in Leesburg or the Villages, and they said, okay, I like that Jim Reynolds guy, I'd like to hire him. First thing, they're going to call him at what number?
My cell phone number is the only number I use, which is 352-459-6173.
Okay. All right, what happens from there?
Basically, I just want to find out, their situation. Are they coming from out of state? Do they already live here? Welcome them to the area if they're not. Kind of get a feel for the home that they're purchasing. How big is it? The year. And are they aware if any other reports are needed that they may not know about?
Okay. So you discuss those things and they decide to hire you. Take me through the process of the home inspection. What you're going to do at the home, and then what's going to be the result after the home inspection.
Sure. I try to do it methodically, the same every time, to build repetition. I'll start on the roof and look at the condition of the roof, make an assessment of what year I think it is, and I can also look that up also. Then I'll come down and do the exterior, look at the foundation, the structure, the windows, any equipment that's outside, like the condenser, things like that.
Now that's real important. A lot of what you're doing is inspecting the here and now. You're not putting meters and that type of stuff on capacitors and those type of things.
No, sir. Home inspection is very limited visual inspection. We do the best we can without taking things apart or hooking up to machinery.
Because I think that's real important, Jim. A lot of people say I had a home inspection done, and they said the AC was blowing cold because I think most home inspectors use a meter to make sure it's blowing cold. But then a week later, it didn't work. That's not a fault of the home inspector, is it?
It's not. It's unfortunate, for the buyer. But our snapshot is of the condition of the home that day.
So you're going to go through the home and do all these visual inspections. Give the highlights of the things that you're really going to hit, the things that you see that people are important to most people.
Well, we always go after the four main components, the roof, the heating, the cooling, the electrical, and the plumbing. But it's also important to look at, the foundation, the walls, subcomponents, and the main components, and to make sure that they're working the way that they were designed to and that they're safe.
Okay. Do you look at the, big issue these days is the wiring?
Yes,
and
sir.
the what they call the old boxes that causes fire. Do you look at those type things?
Absolutely. It's very important that we take a look at that. A lot of the insurance companies frown on Federal Pacific panels.
Right.
And a couple other ones, they potentially can cause a fire.
Okay. Now, Jim, if you see an air conditioning unit or you see something that doesn't look right with a septic system or some other aspect, do you sometimes suggest to homeowners that they might want to get a air conditioning guy or a septic guy out there to do a more detailed inspection?
Oh, absolutely. It's our job to report, what the issue is and to recommend which trade should look at it further if it's more than a maintenance type issue.
Okay. So you've gone through the house, you've done your inspection. What are you going to give to the buyer?
Same day, I will get a report to them, a very detailed report, usually between 40 and 50 pages, that has pictures of the main components that we talked about, their serial plates, because we want to document the year of the main equipment for them so that they know how old it is. And then any deficiencies that we find, we explain why it's a deficiency and who should have a further look at it.
Okay. So within a day or so, they're going to have that report?
Same day, absolutely.
Same day, that's amazing turnaround.
Same day, thanks to my software.
Oh, so, and that's what technology is. So your turnaround is pretty quick on these reports?
Absolutely.
Okay. What's the biggest things you're finding in home space? What seems to be locally you're finding in so many of your houses when you inspect?
A lot of the issues we find are like dryer vents that only go to the attic space. Obviously, that's a lot of moisture on a daily basis going into the attic. That's pretty frowned upon. We find that a lot.
So a lot of clogged dryer vents?
Clogged dryer vents, or that they're not terminated through the roof.
Wow, that's dangerous.
Yeah.
So you're literally seeing attic dryer vents just buffing out into the attic?
Yes, sir.
That can cause a static fire.
It can. Lint everywhere, and the moisture on top of it, can attract termites and things like that.
What's the biggest mistake people make when they consider hiring a home inspector?
I would have to say first price. As you know, cheapest isn't always the best.
Well, I also know people will hire their father-in-law or brother-in-law and think he's a qualified home inspector, and that gives a biased report too, doesn't it?
Yes, sir, absolutely.
Okay. Well, Jim Reynolds, thank you for being our guest today. And one more time, if someone had a question about today's show, how can you be reached?
You can reach me personally anytime at 352-459-6173. And my website also has a lot of information and reviews from previous customers, which is www.fullcirclehomeinspectors.com.
Jim, thank you for being here today. And thank you for watching Around the House today. Be sure to go to aroundthehouse.tv where you can sign up for our YouTube channel and our weekly newsletter. Until next time, we will see you around the house.